Mr. Tyler here, and man, am I excited for what's about to happen. Easter Jam, a celebration for everyone in the family. High school students, this is for you. College students, you too. And kids, I need you to lead the way. And adults, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, buckle up, because this is gonna be an Easter celebration like you've never seen before. The only way you don't have fun during Easter Jam is if you don't participate. So right now, if there's someone from your family that's missing, I want you to hit pause and go get them, because we want the whole family together for this experience. I'm serious. Pause it right now and go get them, because Easter Jam is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Hey again, everyone. Man, this is going to be such a blast. I am so excited to be spending this Easter time with you. Now, let me ask you a question. What makes Easter happy? I mean, we're always saying that. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, my good dear friend. And what exactly makes Easter happy? Now, that's going to be something we're going to talk about today, because I want to get down, dig deep, and figure out, why is Easter happy? Now, one of the reasons some people might think that Easter is happy, and I'll be honest, I do like this reason, is all of the candy at Easter time. Any fans of the candy out there? Woo, show me some hands. Woo, woo, there we go. Well, let me tell you, there is a certain candy that does not make me very happy. I'm gonna be honest with you, does not make me very happy. There are only two types of people in this world. People who love Peeps and those who don't. I do not. By show of hands, I mean, who likes Peeps? Okay, wait, hold on a second. Let me ask you this. I mean, they're just grainy and like, I mean, why not just eat a marshmallow? But let's see real quick. Who out there loves Peeps? Give me a big thumbs up. Okay, there's a lot of Peep fans out there. Well, what about who is like, ugh, I do not like Peeps? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah, I mean, I'll eat them, but they're not my favorite thing on earth. So they don't necessarily make me happy, but I can tell you one thing that does make me happy, and it's a game that all of you are going to love. It is the greatest showdown of all time, a little competition that we like to call Peep Jousting. It's going to be the greatest face-off of all time. All right, so let me explain how our Peep Jousting competition is going to work. Here in just a moment, you guys are going to divide up your family into two teams. You're going to have two teams, and everyone's going to decide which team they want to be on. It doesn't really matter how you do it. And you're going to take 2 Peeps, plus you're going to need some toothpicks. Now, if you don't have any Peeps, it's okay. You can just use a giant marshmallow. But you're going to take your Peep, and you're going to put a toothpick into your Peep on both sides and set them on a microwavable plate. Now, before the competition can start, it's very important that you give your Peep a name. I don't know, like Captain Sugarcoat or Sir Sprinkles, and maybe you can even take a Sharpie and put some like angry faces or a big smiley face. You guys get to you get to decide and decorate your Peep however you want. But here's the thing, our Peeps are going to be jousting like the knights of old. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your Peep and put the toothpick in it, and you're going to put them both on the microwavable plate and then sit them in the microwave. Now, parents, this would be a great thing for you to do. Kiddos, you can kind of maybe take a step back. If we've got some teenagers or some college students, this is something you can also help do is run the microwave. Now, you're going to want to set the microwave for 45 seconds. That's very important. You don't want to go any longer than that. And in fact, once the competition's over, you're going to want to stop it. Trust me, families, do not let the Peeps keep going. You'll see why in just a minute. But once you have decided the names of your Peeps and you get them on the plate, you're going to put them on the microwavable plate, put them in the microwave, and turn the microwave on for 45 seconds. And let the battle begin! Because your Peeps, as they start to heat up, will begin their jousting battle. The Peep that touches the other Peep with their toothpick first is crowned the Queen's Champion of Jousting. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and pause this video and go do this right now. Then I'll just be waiting right here. Oh my goodness! I have to admit, that game was a blast. Captain Sugarcoat won my competition. Way to go, Captain Sugarcoat. Sir Sprinkles a lot, you did a good job. Now, you know, if that was the only thing I did with Peeps is peep jousting, I think I would probably love Peeps. In fact, that sport, we need to get it trending and get it to just take over the world. Hey, if you got some pictures of you peep jousting, help me get peep jousting to take over the world. No social distancing required. I want you to put your photos up on First Kids CNN hashtag First Kids Easter, and let's see all of your peep jousting competitions. If for some reason you didn't have any peeps, which might happen because you might be like me that don't think they taste that good, you can actually do marshmallow jousting, where you just take a marshmallow, put the toothpick in there, and draw an angry face on it to let them battle it out for the Queen's honor of Jousting Championships. Now, I have to tell you, that was a fun game, but is that what makes Easter happy? I don't think that's quite it. But you know what? I've got another idea. Something else that I do love, that you see all the time at Easter, and that is chocolate bunnies. Any chocolate bunny fans out there? Yeah! If you don't like chocolate bunnies, do you even like Easter? Now, a chocolate bunny, maybe that's what makes Easter so happy. Now, I know in the world, there are 3 types of people when eating the chocolate bunny. There's the take a little bite out of the one ear, just kind of nibble, nibble, nibble. Or there's maybe bite off both ears, hum. Or maybe start on the bottom and just go, I'm gonna go from the tail up. And you know, that got me to thinking we actually could play a game called one ear, 2 ears, or tail. So here's how this next game is going to work. Everyone's gonna be on their own team. You don't have to divide up in any way, but it's kind of like paper, rock, scissors. You're gonna see a bunny come up on the screen and it's gonna say 1 ear, 2 ears, tail. 1 ear, 2 ears, tail. You're gonna have 10 seconds to decide, do you wanna be 1 ear, 2 ears, or tail? And you just wanna kind of shake your tail feather, okay? So you can go 1 ear, 2 ears, or tail. So you're gonna have 10 seconds to decide what you wanna be. Then it's gonna come on this, then you're gonna see a bunny rabbit come on the screen, and it's gonna go boop, 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 boop. And if your motion comes up on the screen, you are out. So for instance, if you're 2 ears and that's what comes up on the screen, you will be out of the game. We'll play 3 rounds and just see who is the champion of our 1 ears, 2 ears, tail chocolate bunny competition. Here we go. Oh man, that was fun. I think, looking at the clock, I think we have time for one more game because I've got to figure out what makes Easter happy. I love the chocolate bunny, but I don't think that's the reason that Easter is so happy. But you know what? We have time for one more game using stuff that you probably have, I'm pretty much positive, have laying around your house. I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds, actually just pause the video. I want you to go get a big laundry basket or 2 laundry baskets and a whole bunch of socks. Preferably clean socks, but if there's smelly socks, it's fine. And if there's laundry in the basket, just toss it out, but make sure you pick it back up so mom's happy with us afterwards. So right now, pause the video, go get a whole bunch of socks and a couple of laundry baskets. Go! All right, does everyone have their socks and laundry basket? Awesome, because that means it is now time for the Easter egg throwdown. That's right. I mean, Easter eggs. Everyone loves Easter eggs, right? Maybe that's what makes Easter so happy. So let me explain how this game is going to work. You're going to take all of your socks and take them apart so that you have 2 separate socks. Moms, we promise we're going to get them all put back together in just a moment. So you're going to take all the pairs of socks. Maybe you have 10 pairs of socks. Maybe you have 20. Maybe you have 100. It doesn't matter how many pairs of socks you have. What you're going to do is you're going to take them apart, and then you're going to dump all the socks on the floor into a big old ball. Just mess them all together so the matches are not right by each other. Next, you're going to want to take your laundry basket and put it about 7 or 8 feet away. Just whatever target you think you can do. If you're a little smaller, maybe you put it a little closer. If you think you're the best basketball player on earth, maybe put it a little bit further. But here is how the Easter egg throwdown is going to happen. When I say go, you're going to see a timer come up on the screen, and during that time, our 2 contestants will race through the pile of socks to find the matches, okay? So you want to find, if you have one Flash Lightning sock, you want to go ahead and find the other Flash Lightning sock. As quickly as you can, you're going to bundle that sock back together, and then standing behind your boundary line, you're going to toss the sock into the laundry basket. At the end of the time, whoever has the most socks in the laundry basket is the winner of the Easter egg throwdown, okay? You can play as many times as you want, just keep rewinding, or maybe you could even just keep time yourself. It probably would help to have someone keeping score, but let's see who the champion of the Easter egg throwdown is. I'll wait right here. You pause the video. Just go. Have fun. Welcome back. Who won? I want to know who the winner of the Easter egg throwdown was. You know what? You know what your prize is? Some socks. I'm kidding. No, parents, if you had a champion there in your house, maybe give them a little special treat today. But hey, you know what? Thinking about all this happiness has made me realize we need to spread some of this happiness, though we're not quite sure, we haven't quite talked about why Easter's happy. We're getting there, trust me. But before I think we do that, you know, we're not together in a normal way this Easter, but that doesn't mean we can't still spread some Easter happiness. I think it's time for us to shout it out to our peeps. So right now, you're gonna see 3 different challenges on the screen. Pick one of those, and I want you to go do that right now. Maybe it's just going outside and yelling, "Happy Easter!" as loud as you can. Maybe it's sending a text message to someone that you know and wishing them a happy, happy Easter. Or there's a few other things that you could do. But hey, right now, I want you to run out and do this right now. Just pause the TV and go do it right now. Oh, happy Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Oh, I didn't know you guys were back. Man, I just got like a whole bunch of messages from people wishing me happy Easter. Oh, that makes me so happy. Now, we keep asking, what makes Easter happy? Well, man, Easter is happy not because of chocolate bunnies or because of Peeps or egg hunts. Though those things are lots and lots of fun, that's not what makes Easter happy. Easter is happy because of what happened thousands of years ago at the first Easter. It is the most powerful story ever told, yet it's so simple. It's so simple, in fact, you can tell the story with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts, and minds, and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now He was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down His life. Through God's power, He defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, He's promised to return, so we can live with Him forever.
You know, I hear that story every Easter and it always amazes me. It kind of tells us why Easter really is happy. I mean, God sent Jesus to the world to remind me that he is greater than anything that can go wrong in my world. And the simple fact that Jesus came back to life is proof to me that I can face anything bad that happens. You know, I like to think of it this way. I can because Jesus is alive. For instance, I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. Or I can be brave because Jesus is alive. You know what? I can have hope because Jesus is alive. You know, I've got an idea. I want you guys as a family to list off the things that you can do because Jesus is alive. You'll see the question up on the screen and just kind of huddle up as a family and talk about what I can because Jesus is alive. I'll wait right here for you. Go ahead. Awesome. You know, I love conversations like these, because remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him with what's going on right now. You know, I hope that is true for you guys too. And I hope that you spend the rest of the day making some happy memories because we can, because Jesus is alive. Now, to get you started, I have one last challenge. We've got to make a happy memory, right? For this one, you're going to need to decide who's the tech genius in the family. Go ahead, it may be one of the parents, it might be an 8th grader, it might be a 4-year-old, but whoo, that could be rough. But either way, decide who that person is. All right, you got them? Awesome. Okay, as soon as this video is over, I want you to go outside and take the greatest family Easter photo of all time. You can be dressed up as nice as you want to be. You can be in your PJs. You can give them the big cheesy Easter grin. Or you can just make silly faces. Whatever you want to do. And you can even take some of those filters that makes your face look like a bunny rabbit or a raccoon. It's all up to you. You do whatever you want. But then we want you to share it to social media and tag #FirstKidSienna. We want to see all of your happy Easter photos because you know what? We're going to make some memories. It doesn't matter where we are. We can make amazing Easter memories because Jesus is alive. We can have so much fun because Jesus is alive. So now maybe more than ever is the time for us to celebrate and remember God's faithfulness and the hope he gives us in Jesus. After all, that's what makes Easter happy.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. Cross the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, you wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace.